welcome BliXX. So it's happening tomorrow, our BliXX journey. Our intention for BliXX is to explore tools and techniques from the vast field of eros together, to learn about ourselves, to learn how to state our desires, own our boundaries, and respect other people's boundaries.
So in order to achieve that, we have some rules, and we want to make everybody aware of what these rules are and record this video before coming into the space, because we don't want to take so much time in the sharing circle to go through these rules. So we ask you to watch until the end, and then in the space we will go through a very fast round and just make an agreement between all of us.
Very good. So the first thing is confidentiality. So whatever happens in BliXX stays in BliXX. Please don't talk about other people's experience. Talk about your own experience. Take the ownership for your experience. And also don't expose names when you share your experience with your friends after BliXX, what you can do from your own perspective, but don't expose names of other brothers and sisters that you've been playing with.
A second rule is to play always with consent. During our workshops, we always go through different consent exercises, but the very basic rule that we are going to use is, first, don't assume that your boundaries are the same that other people. So be gentle, be slow, and first we ask for consent before touching anyone in any part of the body. Don't think that because for you this is a very friendship touch, for someone can be too much, can be very invasive, or someone who holds trauma about human touch, it can be really embarrassed. So before touching anybody, we ask for consent, and then during the play party, before we go into penetration, as well, we ask for a verbal yes.
And whatever you do, go slow. Take it from slow, be present, tune in with yourself. Take a breath, feel yourself, feel your body, and check in where you are and put out a no if there is a no. Because a no to someone else is ultimately a yes to myself. And we value this and we say thank you for respecting yourself.
The next room is about our space is free of judgment. And we like to mix in the same space different forms of conscious sexuality. For some people may find some of the practice very extreme, but we ask you to, instead of make a judgment of what are you seeing or a rejection, transform this judgment into a self-inquiry. And ask yourself why I am judging this, which is as divine as anything else, because we are all part of the same consciousness, and only people experience themselves in different forms. So when you think that something is wrong or something that shouldn't be happening, I can promise that the one that is wrong is you, because if it's happening, it's because it's right. So if you don't know how to take it, we really invite you to make a self-inquiry. What is underneath that this kind of expression, sexual expression, triggers me so much?
The next one is that we respect everybody's freedom, so we don't coach. These intense meetings with others can bring up a lot of emotions, especially when there are wounds around sexuality or shame around sexuality. So please respect and honor this individual process that people are going through. And if you see people starting to scream or to cry or to shake it off, give them the space and don't interfere with them by stopping their process and asking and offering your help. So respect everybody else's process. We appeal to you that you should, if you need help, if you're the one in the process and you need help, then ask for help. Be in your power and ask for what you need.
Then we are going to talk about self-responsibility. as much as we will try to create a safe container for this experience, ultimately the only one that have the power to create a safe space as a safe experience for yourself is yourself. So again, we ask for this self-responsibility to go slowly, to tune into your body, and to check if this interaction that is happening in the moment is right or not for you. If it's right, just go ahead, do a check on yourself. It's a full yes, go for it. And if it's not right, simply reject, remove yourself from this interaction. Of course, try to be polite, but firm. And yeah, just consider this act of rejection an act of self-love for yourself. And if you are the person who is rejected, again, take this act as an act of freedom and self-love of the person that you have in front.
If you need help, reach out to our insecurity team. There will be people, including Bear and me. You can reach out at any time. If there's anything, reach out to us. The next thing is dominating from the bottom. So what does this mean? This means that if you're receiving a session, a spanking session, a ripping session, whatever session, you as a receiver, you are the one who says enough or who says more. So don't let it just happen. Be clear in your desires, what you want to experience, and stretch it yourself. Dominate from the bottom.
We also would like to talk about our roles. We hold this space as sisters and as just as important part of this co-creation as anybody else. So we are not teaching, we are not gurus. We start guiding the experience. Everything is an invitation. Again, we appeal to your self-responsibility to take part only in the parts that resonate with you in the moment. Of course, it's good to be open because the magic of expansion always happens when you open yourself a little bit more and try to push yourself into a new experience. But again, everything is an invitation, and we are just a little part of this co-creation atmosphere that happens in our events.
Next thing is play it safe. So there are condoms, there are gloves, there's plastic foil, there's lubricants, so whatever you need to feel safe and to be safe, use it. It is provided. Be aware of sexual transmitted diseases and take care of your own health. If there is anything that you're aware of, that you have a sexual transmitted diseases, please be brave and courageous and share these things with you. This is not, it's not excluding you, it's just putting a tag towards how to interact and play with you. So please be transparent about sexually transmitted diseases and play it safe.
The next rule is about alcohol and drugs. We won't allow anyone in the space who is clearly intoxicated, because when we are in this state, we can think that we control, but it's very, very easy to step into someone else's boundaries. So we are not allowed, we are not selling, we are not using. And of course we accept that there is a conscious way to consume certain drugs. Again, if this is your practice, we invite you to share, especially with the people you are planning to have intimate encounters. Please talk about this openly and transparently, so you can have to give the opportunity to this person to decide on their freedom how they want and to interact with you and to create their boundaries around this fact.
We keep the rights to dismiss you from the party if you happen to be intoxicated or if you're overstepping other people's boundaries. This is a phone-free area, so please use this time as a sacred time, as a temple time, as a ritualistic time to meet yourself with others and in others, but don't use your mobile phones during this BliXX event.
there's a chance that we will be using our mobile phones, but we are not checking Facebook. We are just have some notes on the program in our phones to guide you better. Then it's about nudity. All our space is sex positive and nudity positive, so you can be naked anywhere inside of the curtains.
Not on the stairs.
Not on the stairs. And we have a beautiful garden around. However, we recommend not really going to the garden for many reasons. First, we have neighbors, and yeah, this is very risky for us. And second is our garden is very, very alive. It's full of creatures. So if you need a space, you could do it, but please be very mindful. Have your light with you, and we cannot take any responsibility of falling down or be bitten by one of our cool insects, tropical insects.
And then, as this kind of parties are illegal in this country, we're having a code word which is happy birthday. So officially we're celebrating Bear's birthday. Please don't expose the location to anyone else that has not been in BliXX, and don't talk to local people about the event. And in case there shall be any interference from authorities, we're going to handle this, and if you hear our team and us singing happy birthday, disengage from any engagement where you find yourself, find your clothes, get dressed on, remove your sex toys, and get into a casual birthday party mood.
Sorry, but we have like a set of rules, and then we have like some advices. But probably the most important rules we have already talking about.
Another invitation would be, as this is a ritual, we start together and we close the ritual together. So please stay until the end of the experience. It might come that you have this impulse that you want to leave at some point of the party, but use this rather to react on it, to observe it, and figure out what makes me actually want to leave this place right now. What is it underneath this trigger that I want to run away? Reach out to us or to our insecurity team members to discuss this, to help you move through this. In spaces like that, things are moving very fastly, so use this chance to explore yourself in the field and stay until the end so we can close in the closing circle together. If there is a point that you still want to leave and you can't stay, we're not forcing you to stay, we're inviting you to stay, but before you leave, say bye to us and make sure that you check out, because this is on an energetical level very important for us. That we know where you are. So
and we will miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we really feel when people leave the space, everybody feels it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to being choosy and play with you tomorrow.